back from our previous series on the foam roller. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. Today though, we're going to talk about the core and our abs. Why is it so important to train our core? I hear this all the time in my Pilates classes. Pilates is always focused on the core, and I've always been kind of curious, why? What do we do? And it's so different. I always thought core was like doing crunches and ab workouts, but I never do that in Pilates. So Coach Anthony is going to help us understand why doing just the basic crunches doesn't work for us, what else we can do, and then throughout the next 6 different videos, or next series, we're going to keep on learning more and more core and ab exercises, okay? All right, Coach Anthony, why are crunches so bad for us?
Well, let's start first with the core, guys. The core is the center of power for your entire body. So you hear the word core a lot, people discuss it, they throw it out there, they throw out like a term, but there's so much more that goes into the core than just the 4-letter word. So really what we're going to get to is why is the core so important, and what are the main muscle groups in the core that you need to be more concerned about. So what we have happen in normal training is a lot of people think crunches is going to affect the strength of our core because we are stretching, flexion, extension, we are squeezing our midsection and making this midsection burn, and in turn we're looking at it in the mirror, we can see the abs and we feel like we're getting really strong. Well, the hidden meaning in the core is it's not really about the front of the body, and what we have happen with people is we're already getting pulled down from sitting all day in gravity, and everything is getting short in our body, which is what we went over in the last series in the foam roller. So when you train the core, to train just the front of the body is to actually create further imbalance. And so why is when we sit, we're actually in a shortened state here. So we don't have the elongation in the psoas muscles and the quadratus lumborum, which is the deep trunk controllers in the back and front of the body. So what we want to do is actually do more bracing exercises, such as planks, that use more of the internal, external obliques and more of the transverse abdominis. These deeper layer core muscles are intrinsic for having full body tensegrity. I mean, everything working together at one time, strength and tensional balance. So we're going to have Elana lay down on her back in a supine position. We're just going to demonstrate the basic crunch. So when she does a basic floor crunch, she's going to put her hands behind her head, she's going to inhale first, and then she's going to exhale and hold. So yes, we're working a little bit of the obliques here, but really mostly what we're working is this superficial layer of the core, which is called the rectus abdominis. So the rectus abdominis, you can relax, the rectus abdominis is the most littlest part of the core. It really does nothing for the core to stabilize and control the power of your pelvis. So it's really funny because most people see the guy at the beach and they see the ripped abs and everything, and really that has nothing to do with how strong your midsection is. What has everything to do with your midsection is a balance between your glutes, hamstrings, hip flexors, internal, external obliques, transverse abdominis, and all the posterior muscles, quadratus lumborum, spinal rectors, etc. So when we do a plank, what we're actually doing is we're bracing and putting together all these different elements and the proper synergy that's designed by how we're supposed to be, and the amount of strength and tensional balance you create in the body literally allows you to use the extensions of your core, which are your arms and legs, in a much more efficient and strong manner. So we're going to have Elana get on her elbows, and she's going to create first a really nice lever, because with this lever we can create a lot of uniform integrity with gravity. Our friend, I'm going to have her tuck her chin and first address the hips. So she's pretty good right here. She has strong legs. We've trained her core pretty well. Now, what we want to work on is this posterior pelvic tilt. So I'm going to have her lift up her hips slightly and lightly tuck her pelvis towards my hand. Beautiful. So this is what we call a hollow body position. And she can actually even come up a little higher and draw it all in. And a hollow body position is what they use in gymnastics to really create all the uniform alignment to be able to hold handstands and all other types of balancing acts. So we're going to hold this for 30 seconds, and she's just going to breathe. So she's drawing in the belly button towards her spine, and she's engaging the butt cheeks, hamstrings, and she has the heels separated, but I prefer to put the heels together. So you have a nice 45, keep the feet where they were, nice, 45, heels engaged, and every single part of her body is working here. So this might not feel like she's working just the front of her body and getting almost a cramping sensation, but what she's doing is literally lighting up her entire nervous system from heel to to her occipital lobe, and everything in the body is having to work together in synergy. So you can relax, come down to your knees, nice. So really it's all about with the core is creating more synergy and balance in the body. And what we're gonna go into in the next 7 videos is how to take what you've done on the foam roller and put it together with a really efficient core series that will light your tummy up.
Excellent. Okay, so there's a good preview of what to come. I learned a lot from, I always learn a lot from Anthony. I was just doing a lot of crunches, hoping that my core would get strong. I learned a lot in Pilates. We do a lot of planks in Pilates, but this is really good for that, for you to understand. Teach your friends, tell people, because when you've got really strong core, you decrease back pain, you decrease
everything.
It's just
everything
wonderful.
gets easy in life as a human being.
So we're excited to share, and we will see you next week with more information. Okay, thanks.